Yo, what is going on, everybody? It's your homeboy Sugar, and today we are talking about Friday the 13th, the game. So, Friday the 13th, the game is an upcoming survival horror video game developed by Gun Media and IllFonic, and also published by Gun Media. It is based on the franchise of the same name and owned by New Line Cinema. The game is an asthmatic multiplayer game pitting up to seven players controlling Camp Crystal Lake counselors against one player controlling Jason Voorhees. It is a semi-open world game with players able to explore it further. The game was originally to be developed as Slasher Volume 1 Summer Camp, in which the story itself was different than the IllFonic in mid-2015 Gun Media. Gun Media was in talks with Friday director Sean S. Cunningham to obtain a license to develop the game, and after a series of meetings, successfully acquired the rights. The game involved into Friday the 13th the game, and funding from both Kickstarter and BackerKit raised approximately $1.1 million, becoming the 114th most successful crowd-funded project of all time. It is also the first IllFonic game to utilize Unreal Engine 4 after the departure from CryEngine following Project Advendia. The game will be a semi-open world game, third-person survival horror game set in the fictional camp of Crystal Lake from Friday the 13th franchise. The time period is set during the events of the 1980 movie. Precisely. The game will be an asthmatic multiplayer video game with up to 8 people able to play in one game. One player controls Jason Voorhees and is able to teleport around the camp, finding campers and brutally killing them in any possible way after catching them, while the remaining players control camp counselors at Crystal Lake, trying to avoid Jason Voorhees and trying to call in the police and trying to escape. A player may also control Tommy Jarvis, who becomes playable when certain conditions are met. According to the gameplay demon, Jason has heightened hearing and vision, with him being able to teleport anywhere the player wants. The object of the counselors, like I said, is to escape the camp and survive until time runs out on the session, while Jason's objective is to kill all the remaining players. Jason may also be defeated with an epic win condition that requires teamwork, but is extremely difficult. Kane Hodder, who portrayed Jason in many different others, including Part VII, and Jason Goes to Hell, along with Jason X, will also reprise him via motion capture and will coordinate the stunts. Tom Matthews, who portrayed Tommy Jarvis in Part 6, also reprises his role in the series. Although the game is planned as a multiplayer, the single-player campaign is still in talks and might be possible for development, according to the developers, despite the stretch goal for $1.625 million to unlock it not being reached. After IllFonic's Poltergeist 2012 remake of Nudix and Gun Media's breaching clear deadline in 2015, IllFonic went to work on the game entitled Slasher Volume 1 Summer Camp, with little details on release date with Gun, in which the story took place in Camp Forest Green. Friday the 13th director Sean S. Cunningham was in talks about the upcoming game based on Friday the 13th with Gun. It is also the first game IllFonic has developed with Unreal Engine 4, departing from CryEngine after the announcement of Project Advent. Executive director and producer Randy Greenback organized both a BackerKit and Kickstarter campaign to fund the game's development. Overall, $422,866 was raised by 18,068 backers in BackerKit and about $823,704.20 from 12,000 backers in Kickstarter, collecting about $1.2 million US from both platforms, becoming the 95th most crowdfunded project of all time. On the 13th of October 2015, it was announced that Slasher Volume 1 Summer Camp had evolved into Friday the 13th the game, with an announcement trailer released by Gun on their YouTube channel the same day. On Halloween, Harry McFredney, via the Gun YouTube channel, posted a video with files on his computer monitor being partially seen, implying that he is composing music for the game, as he did for the movie. On November 4th, Gun released fly-through shots of the game's environment while in pre-development. On November 10th, IllFonic posted a video on Gun's YouTube channel which highlighted testing and development for the game, including 3D modeling for Jason. On February 25th, 2016, Gun and IllFonic released camera footage showing Hodder and Tara Page and Ryan Stats, the two actors who will play the men and women counselors in the game, performing motion capture and digital domain. The footage shows Hodder performing a list of kill animations for the game, with rigged placeholder characters used to track the kill and animations in real time. This was soon reloaded by Bloody Disgusting in the same day. A developer panel for Gun Media and IllFonic was opened at PAX South 2016 in January, with alpha footage and a list of kill animations with gameplay released at E3 2016 in June. On September 2nd, Gun released the PAX West trailer for the game, entitled XIII. The trailer showcased Jason Voorhees' kill animations specifically designed by Tom Savin, while set to XIII by Crazy Licks. The game was pushed back from fall release date. Multiplayer will come out in early 2017, and the campaign will be released around summer 2017. On June 30th, 2016, IllFonic previewed a 3D development diary to complement behind-the-scenes interviews, footage, and in-development stock called the Virtual Cabin. Besides overviews, the cabin has item rooms that house information upon characters or scenes or Easter eggs. An item room called the Jason Room was unlocked on July 18, 2016, and a room containing the main counselors was unlocked on August 12, 2016. Harry Manfrednick, who created the soundtrack for the original film, like said previously, will compose the soundtrack for the game as he did with the original film, and the physical copy will feature original concept art from the game and liner notes in the packaging. Friday the 13th, the game is scheduled to be released for Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One platforms in two separate parts. Like said before, the multiplayer aspect is to be released in early 2017, while the single-player campaign will be released in the summer of the same year. So tell me what y'all think. Do you think it's going to be a good game, or what? Me, myself, I honestly cannot wait until the game comes out. I'm a big fan of Friday the 13th, the franchise, and I'm just a big fan of horror movies in general. But me, I cannot wait till this game comes out, and I actually plan on getting it. I have already seen it being played by many different people. If you like to see gameplay, I would recommend H2O Delirious or Ohm Wrecker. They often play with Bryce Games and a few other YouTubers, along with randoms on the beta game point on their YouTube channels, and they provide pretty good content to both Jason Voorhees and the counselors of the multiplayer part. But yeah, I honestly cannot wait until this game comes out because I think it's going to be a pretty good game. Tell me what y'all think in the comments. Are you excited for it to come out? Do you not care? Are you just not a horror game person or horror movie fan or whatever? And also tell me if you'd like to see me play this content. I know I haven't posted any multiplayer game footage on my channel yet, but I'll be planning to. Since it's supposed to come, since no release date has been scheduled precisely yet, perhaps I could end up getting my Elgato and be able to start recording multiplayer game footage, and possibly by then I'll be able to, get Friday the 13th the game and post multiplayer footage and, make it fun. But anyways, that's pretty much it. Leave a like if you enjoy the video. Comment down below, like I said, what you think of the game. Are you excited for it? And if you'd like to see me play the game on my YouTube channel in the future. And if you're a newbie, subscribe to the channel for more content. And as always, stay cool, stay awesome, I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.